My communication theory is about ad hominem during like presidential debates. So we live in a world where things you perceive about someone's character affects the way that you see their arguments. So in my presentation, I'm going to cover how ad hominem, what is ad hominem. I'm going to provide you some political examples of it, and then I'm going to describe why it's effective, and then conclude. So first, what is ad hominem? So ad hominem is when you, rather than making a counterpoint to the argument that the person is trying to make, you just criticize the other person's character in hopes that by criticizing their character, people perceive the argument that they made as invalid. So I'm going to provide you a double example in my first video with Donald Trump, who is here on the left, and Hillary Clinton, who is here on the right. Donald Trump is making a stance that they should defund welfare, while Hillary Clinton is making the argument that they should expand welfare. So pay attention to how they insult each other.
To put more money into the Social Security Trust Fund, that's part of my commitment to raise taxes on the wealthy. My Social Security payroll contribution will go up, as will Donald's, assuming he can't figure out how to get out of it. But what we want to do is to replenish the Social Security Trust Fund.
So Hillary Clinton was making reference to accusations of Donald Trump like wiggling his way out of paying federal taxes, and so like that's not really relevant to like the whole topic of welfare, but she does like discredit his character and make you hate him a little bit more through that phrase. While Donald Trump calls her a nasty woman, which just make her seem rude or inconsiderate, and that's not a very appropriate response to like as to why expanding welfare is not the proper policy to implement. But there are actually situations where ad hominem can be more relevant, especially if like that's the topic of the conversation, or yeah. So in this case, like George H.W. Bush is attacking Bill Clinton's character because he was accused of draft dodging during the Vietnam War, and starting a protest in a foreign country protesting the Vietnam War.
Says something about character. My argument with Governor Clinton, you can call it mud wrestling, but I think it's fair to put it in focus, is I am deeply troubled by someone who demonstrates and organizes demonstration in a foreign land when his country's at war.
So in this case, the way that he's attacking this is his character portrays Bill Clinton as like anti-war and in some way like anti-American, and he's making an argument that those like qualities of Bill Clinton is going to affect how he's going to perform as a president. So in this case, ad hominem is a bit more relevant and subtle. So why are they so effective? Ad hominem applies to the pathos, like the emotional part of people. And when you get someone to emotionally hate someone, they're more likely to emotionally hate their argument. It shifts attention away from their argument and the points they're making to something that's easier to attack, the person. And it's more memorable because like Nasty Woman was funny and everyone remembers it, and all the other nicknames Donald Trump's created for other people. And that stays in people's heads. And that's what you really want to do when you're trying to like have a presidential, that's not what you really want to do, but like it's an effective technique during a presidential debate. So in conclusion, I described what ad hominem was to you, and then I describe it's appropriate in certain what situations it's appropriate in, and in what I described what ways it can be effective, and so you should only use it when it's relevant and if you're subtle with it. And thank you.